We're joined by, and it's always a tough act to follow, isn't it, Shelley Berniker, when you have stuff like that happening.
Absolutely.
And welcome in from Michigan Office Solutions.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Indeed, our pleasure. Print partner for Cumulus Grand Rapids and with the Grand Rapids Griffins and just one of the many sports teams that you're associated with. We got a lot of fun things to talk about as you guys once again are doing a fundraiser. Last time we talked about something like this was out in front of Van Andel Arena about a year ago.
Yep.
You guys were getting cases of water for the folks in Flint, correct?
Correct.
And that was unbelievably gigantic.
We raised over 3,400 gallons of fresh water for the people of Flint. It was fantastic. The next day, we brought it up to the food bank, and the lady actually cried because they had just run out of water, and they weren't sure how they were going to get water for their distribution in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And we showed up with 2 semis full of water for them, and it was just amazing.
Obviously not a fun thing with all those people,
Absolutely.
but the fact that you guys were able to get the fans a little pumped up and motivated, they did their thing. And did that and then hauled it up there. It was those little victories that has kept those people going. There was a story I just read, I don't know if you heard about it, how now the plan is every single pipe will be replaced.
Yeah.
We're looking at an unbelievable undertaking that will take years to accomplish, but it sounds like that's the only way to do this. Those people aren't in that different of a boat right now. 1 year later, it's just
crazy.
remarkable. So,
yeah.
Good work on that, and with the Griffins, I mean, they. I know Kaiser at his community outreach is second to none, and that's a big thing with him. He'd be here right now, but he's very ill apparently. He called you, he called me, and he called Ashley from Kids Food Basket. Let's bring in her right now. Ashley, welcome to the Eric Zane Show.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's our pleasure again. So this time, Shelley, you've teamed up with Kids Food Basket and the Griffins for yet another fundraiser.
Correct.
Can you guys tell us what's happening at the upcoming game?
Sure. So this year when we talked about our community outreach with the Griffins, Bob and I sat down with Randy Cleaves over at the Griffins and Sean, and we said, who can we help locally? And obviously, the Kids Food Basket is a great organization here in Grand Rapids, Kent County. They serve Kent County, I believe, Holland, Ottawa, Muskegon.
Correct.
And it just was a natural fit. So we will be out in front of the Van Andel Arena tomorrow and before the game, and we will be collecting and having lots of fun. So we're having a wish list drive. So there's specific products that I'm going to let Ashley talk about that we're collecting for Kids Food Basket.
So, yes, people coming to the game,
Absolutely.
you would want them to actually bring something.
Yep.
Okay, Ashley, please.
Yeah, so our wish list includes kind of a variety of items. Some of the bigger items are toasted oat cereals, cheese crackers, pretzel twists, and a high need for us is zipper lock snack size bags.
And I know exactly why that is, because you have an army of volunteers that will take those food things that you just described, in addition to other things, and you will, with the help of the volunteers, assembly line style, bag by bag, load up those products and put them into like a sack snack thing, lunch type of deal, with food for kids in our schools.
Yeah, so we use about 225 volunteers every single day to help us assemble 7,500 sack suppers right here in Kent County, Ottawa, and Muskegon. So it's a really unique opportunity where we have volunteers on site 7 days a week, and they're really helping us to help kids who are affected by food insecurity. So just to give you guys a good visual, since this is for the Griffins game and it'll be at Van Andel, there's about 29,000 kids in Kent County that are affected by food insecurity. Right. So that's filling up the Van Andel 3 times.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I know that when you do volunteer, because they're always looking for volunteers.
Yeah.
You are always looking for volunteers at kidsfoodbasket.org.
Correct.
And you can. It's the first thing on your page is volunteer.
Exactly.
That gift of time is worth an unbelievable amount to you guys. So a lot of times, I know you're asking for specific things at the Van Andel Arena, but to further that, if you have, let's say you work at a business, let's say Cumulus Grand Rapids, you'll see situations where the boss will round up people and say, hey, we're going to go over to Kids Food Basket. Who's with me? 10, 15 people go along, the whole business shows up, and for that block of time, you've got bodies.
Yeah.
You give them a 5-minute crash course of what they're doing, and then boom, go to work. I mean, and you bust it. It is really, the time flies.
It's like a
Oops. Why aren't you there? Okay, now you're there.
It's like a half hour of just cluster.
But it's organized chaos. It's chaos, but it's organized.
Yeah.
And it's almost like you're in a competition to get the most done. It's like I think it's the last time I officially worked when Cumulus Grand Rapids went over to volunteer. So
Yeah, it's an interesting volunteer opportunity because, with trying to get at least 6,100 meals out the door right here and out of our Grand Rapids facility, that's a lot of food that we have to assemble, prepare, pack, and deliver. And so it's a really fun opportunity where you're going to be put right to work. There's not a lot of, downtime, and it's just a neat way. We do see a lot of teams or groups that come in and say, okay, I'm going to race you on how many peanut butter sandwiches I can make.
Right.
I want to make more than you. And so it's a fun atmosphere to be in.
Yeah, it's a great operation. And I think one of the things that stood out to me when we all got together and went over there was the map. When they sit down and say, well, they're standing, they say, okay, now here's who we serve. And these are the, as you described, Shelley, about who the food that we're going to be preparing goes to. And the map is there's stuff all over it as to where this need is.
Yeah,
and it's dramatic. And
we're serving 36 schools right here in Kent County, and there's 16 schools on our immediate wait list that we want to get to.
Julius, do you remember when we went over? What was the name of the school we went over to again?
West Leonard Elementary?
Yeah.
Or is it East Leonard?
That was with
East Leonard.
East Leonard, that's right.
With Forest Hills Financial.
Yep, and Kids Food Basket, yeah.
There was
so many kids.
Yeah, I tell you, because in that one, at that school, we were making the food that they'd be eating and preparing it, and there was like about 50 kids who were doing it with us, and just to see Julius surrounded by these kids and the ownership that they took upon that, it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I mean, it really, a lot of people might say, volunteer, am I grown at it? But not this. I mean, and I don't think that should ever be the case, but it's human nature. Sometimes people might sometimes it's tough to get volunteers, but I can't stress enough how terrific this and all the other efforts that are out there to feed people are.
One of the things I like about Kids Food Basket as a mom is that my kids can actually go in and volunteer as well. So they are very well aware of kids who may not be able to come home to a full fridge like mine do. And so it helps them, and it gets them involved at a young age, and it becomes part of who they are, giving back to the community.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. So do you guys think that we've been much better off without Kaiser here? I mean,
absolutely.
He's ill.
Just kidding.
I will give props to Bob, though. He's a member of our board of directors, and so he's been great in aligning partnerships with us, like Michigan Office Solutions.
He always is. I mean, the guy is, he is one half hockey, and then the other half is time spent doing things like this.
He's all heart.
Not to mention all of the things he does with his family and things like that. So, can't stress enough how much of a gem he is to have amongst us and a top-notch professional. Well, what do you think? Am I forgetting anything? I just want to make sure we hit all the... let's go back to what is happening outside of Van Andel Arena again. People are just tuning in. This is Shelley Berniker from Michigan Office Solutions, our print partner at Cumulus, and also partner with the Grand Rapids Griffins, and teaming up with Kids Food Basket. Ashley is here talking about the big food drive going on for the game tomorrow night at Van Andel Arena. Could you remind everybody about what's going on, please?
Sure. So we will be out collecting food. It's called a wish list drive. If you need a reminder of what we're going to be collecting, you can go to mos-xerox.com, and it's right on our homepage. You can see all the items listed. We'll have volunteers out there. We'll have big boxes. Look for the MOS truck will be collecting. The other thing is that there will be food on site for people if they want to purchase and donate that way. Meyer has given us a pallet of toasted oats. And so if people come by and they see it, maybe they forgot about it, maybe they didn't know about it, they can give by purchasing a box of toasted oats for $5 right there, load it on the truck and be a part of everything. Everybody who donates the $5 gets a coupon from Pepsi for a medium drink inside the
Nice.
Van Andel Arena.
I'm telling you.
It's a win for everybody. It's a crazy night at the Griffins. It's Michigan Office Solutions bobblehead night.
Mm-hmm.
It is mascot mania. They're going to have mascots everywhere. So it's just going to be a great night.
It always is.
You might
Ashley?
even see some of our fruit and vegetable costumes out there.
Yep.
Shelly and I were talking about ways to engage people while they're out front participating in the wish list
Oh.
drive. So
All right.
I'd love to see Bob Kaiser dress up like a carrot.
Oh, yeah, he's a fruit.
I thought he was a vegetable.
All right, kidsfoodbasket.org. More information about any of the things we've talked about, right?
yes,
Ashley?
actually, kidsfoodbasket.org is a great place to go. We'll have information on how people can get involved right down at the wish list drive as well.
Okay. You guys are fantastic. We really appreciate being able to do anything to partner with you and help out, and we will see you Saturday at the game.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Shelly Berniker and Ashley. Shelly Berniker from Michigan Office Solutions and Ashley from Kids Food Basket.